And this is BOLLT.
So here's the problem. You're on a film or television set, maybe a studio, on location, wherever you are, you've got to get your gear rigged up right. Lights, cameras, more lights, cables for effects, backdrops. You need to be able to put stuff where you want it. Hang stuff, mount stuff, connect your stuff to other stuff. But what happens when your stuff doesn't connect to other stuff? You have to get creative. That means clamps, duct tape, drills, wrenches, entire grip trucks and toolboxes full of nuts and bolts. But how the hell on location and carry all that? That's the problem. You can't. Wouldn't it be easier on location to convert any common thread into the standard threads your gear needs? Or what if you could convert your Pro Gear studs into different sizes to mount non-Pro gear, and what if you could carry that converter in your pocket? This is BOLLT, a universal thread size adapter made especially for film and video professionals. It's smaller than a golf ball. On the top, female threads take almost any standard or metric stud from 10 millimeter down to 1/4 inch. Inside, receivers for almost any size bolt. Metric on one side, standard on the other. Add any bolt you choose, close it up, mount it to what you have, and now you've got what you need. 10 millimeter thread under this car seat, bolt it, mount to it. 5/16 stud on this whiteboard, bolt it, mount to it. Metric threads on this motorcycle, this bicycle, bolt them, mount to them. BOLLT is machined from solid aluminum and rated to handle serious weight. Add any common bolts from any hardware store, toss it in your pocket, and you're ready for serious rigging. On location, no tools, no truck. Don't get screwed, get BOLLT.
And here's what our customers are telling us. We've heard literally, quote, "This is a great and simple idea to solve a common headache." And one person says it's a genius idea. They've had to leave the set to run to the store to get the right size. This product will solve that. Who are those customers that are telling us this? Well, we know that in the United States, the Bureau of Labor Statistics tells us that 300,000 professionals make their home in the film and TV industry. Those are just the ones that register with the BLS because they're full-time. We know that this is very much a part-time or gig-by-gig industry, and the number of DIY or amateurs is exponential, which means the number of potential U.S. customers in this country alone could be upwards of 1 million, not counting international customers. What does that mean market share-wise? If you figure that somebody doesn't even need our product, which they're telling us they do, until they've spent at least $2,000 to $100,000 worth of gear to be rigged up, that equals a market of at least $2 billion. These customers are telling us that 80% of those that are in the market would buy this product at an average price of $12 each, and at least 2, if not 3, per person. That means an initial U.S. potential of $24 million just in the United States. The costs that we're looking at are the intellectual property. We want to make sure that we can get both a design and a utility patent. And of course, we're looking mainly at manufacturing. This is a very simple piece. It's 2, maybe 3 parts, depending on our design. Currently, we have estimates of $6 each if we just get a quantity of only 1,000. If we can get initial investments of 15,000, that cost per item starts dropping to $3. At a $12 price point, you can see what the profit margin is here. What's proprietary here? Well, we know that we're going to need to look at both design patents and utility patents, not only to make sure that we secure our intellectual property, but to make sure that we're not infringing on others. But when we get past that hurdle, we know we're going to have some solid intellectual property to work with. Getting into the market, here's our plan. We know that this is the type of product that is difficult to sell unless you see it in action. We know this because this is what our potential customers have already been telling us. So our plan to get into the market is to make sure that we're not selling these 1 or 2 at a time, but we're selling them 5,000 at a time. The way we're going to do that is because it's so simple and so cheap to make, we're going to make a junior version of it, have it available for companies to engrave with their logo, and it would be the kind of thing that they could give away for free at a trade show. Panasonic, for example. So you're giving 5,000 of these away across the table. They're being used out in the industry. There's some buzz created. Here's what we need. We need some coaching on the intellectual property issues. We also know we need some coaching on the retail distribution so we can get these in stores. That's adding up to about $50,000 investment for the website, patent, initial tooling, and production run. We have a great team already in place. My name is Scott, this is John, and Phil. I bring the production background, film and television. John has helped us out with manufacturing the prototype. Phil has helped us visualize the 3D animations you see. So all we need is somebody to join the team and help us make it a reality. Thank you.
So your initial plan on this, you said extrusion. Just explain to me how this is an extrusion, not just a...
The aluminum right now is all machine components, so there's a couple pieces that we're looking at that we can have a custom extrusion base to speed up the machining time, which would lower the machining costs in the product.
But your extrusion would just be the circular components to it. You'd still have...
There'd still be some post-machining.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you, and this is just a simple question, how do you overcome the effect that it actually becomes spacer when someone's using reading a gap?
There isn't one that has, well, you guys have.
Well, and actually, that's actually really not an issue. When you're rigging up lighting stands or hanging things from other things, this will become a spacer, but it also just really is an addition on top of some other piece of equipment. So we're already dealing with the fact that there's a piece of equipment that's being joined onto it as well. This is very much intended to be a temporary installation, something to take care of an immediate need right there on the set, and then to be dismantled later. It's not actually necessarily intended to be something that's left in place over time.
Is your intention to be sort of a first mover, capture the market? I mean, that sounds like, or are you going to try to do something to really protect any particular IP you may be able to find here? How do you want to split your energy? Does that make sense? The question is, are you going to just try to get them out there and blast them, or are you going to work and do a little bit of homework to try to see how well you can protect this before you even try to get it in market?
I actually think that's one of the things that we could use some coaching on, which is one of the requests that we have. I know that there is a value in making sure that you protect the property before you get out there, because I understand that's one of the things that's one of the assets that is of value to the company down the line, should the company be sold or whatnot. Whether or not the better strategy is to protect first, then blast, or now that we've been doing this just to keep the momentum going and get it out there and protect later, we need coaching on that.
Your price point, $12, was that wholesale?
That's retail.
You had wholesale in mind?
Haven't quite got there. Depends on how we manufacture.
More questions?
Thank you.